Hello from Chicago. Hope everybody is doing well. I think most of us are beginning to start the first official lesson from the textbooks to include chapter 1, 2, 3, and 16. The focus of these chapters are to start discussing the concept of addiction. We'll be covering legalization efforts and substance use prevention down in chapter 16. I like to lump all these chapters together in the same lesson on purpose because I'm not sure you can actually talk about the status of drug use in the United States in general, and the history and the concept of addiction in our society, and the importance of prevention without talking about them coherently within the same concept. I would encourage everybody to keep an open mind. Sometimes or frequently actually, if we're not being challenged by our educational experience, then I'm not sure if it's really an experience at all. The purpose of education is to challenge us and to reconsider topics in our personal experiences each and every day through a new lens. So for many of us, this is a very, very close and personal topic that we have been involved with, that our families have been involved with, and it hits close to home. So instead of getting into the nuts and bolts of addiction in this video, we'll be watching videos that do a much better job and justice than I'm able to provide today. Let's watch those first, then we'll dig into things later. Second of all, the drug legalization question and process and concern. It's a growing issue in many states, in my home state in Virginia, and my professional state, that's my adopted state of North Carolina, as it is in Kentucky and in West Virginia. I think that one of the bigger questions is not when, it's how and to what extent, with marijuana being one of the first drugs that will probably be leading the charge out of guise of taxation and income for states and regulators and so forth, which is really a pretty scary conversation, to be honest, with all types of implications that we still don't know very much about. Then last but not least, chapter 16, the prevention chapter. I will be layering prevention topics throughout the course as we go along on purpose, especially with my interest with prevention. I'm at the National Prevention Conference this week, and who knows, I may see some things that we share with you as well from the conference this week. But I do want us to consider the fallacy of not investing more time, effort, education, belief, passion, honesty, funding into prevention efforts. Because for every dollar we save in terms of prevention, or every dollar we spend, we save numerous dollars in actual cost after the fact. Our health system really isn't built on prevention throughout the medical establishment, sadly. We're built on taking care of the patient after the problem arises, as opposed to many other nations and cultures where prevention is one of the primary ways to stave off the ills of society and the ills of the individual. Prevention is very, very hard to document as working, but we can, with appropriately designed prevention efforts and appropriately designed evaluation processes. I would ask you I would somewhat give you a challenge, actually. is to look to your left and to your right, maybe at church or work or your family. And I'm willing to bet there was at least one time where some type of prevention effort made a difference in the lives of those individuals, in your family, or maybe even yourself. Maybe it was subtle, such as wearing your seatbelt, or reducing cigarette use, or not drinking and driving, or modifying diet because of diabetes, or just some message where there was this effort at prevention that made a difference. I'd also ask you to look to your left and look to your right and identify those times where a little bit more prevention would have made a big difference. And I'm willing to bet maybe that's that question, that mission, might be a little bit easier to identify than my first. So think about those times and experiences in your life and those of your loved one where you had wish, or you currently wish, that a little bit more prevention in terms of public health prevention at large, could have made a difference. And those are the types of conversations and issues that I really want us to talk about this semester. So look forward to our continued conversations, and who knows, you will probably hear from me again later this week. Thanks. Bye.